to i45. It's time for something a little bit different from all the esports tournaments that we have been featuring on the main stage in the last couple of hours. We're going to be going and look at something else that we're going on here. It's the Overclock competition made possible by Asus. And I've got two gentlemen here from the Asus themselves, and one of which has the most awesome name I've ever heard of. And then there's this guy, what's your name? He says, see, there's Paul here, and I'm going to have to introduce this guy. What is your name, sir?
My name is Mio.
You already get your own one. Nope.
My name is Miodrak, and so name is Relic.
Miodrak Relic. I could not make this up if I wanted to. That is awesome right there. So, Miodrak, what do we have here today? What do you have for us?
Well, today we will have a spring finals of Asus Overclocking Masters. Over the last 3 months, we've been looking for the best overclockers in the United Kingdom through very strict and very difficult selection process. And today we have invited 3 teams to compete for the title of Spring 2012 Asus Overclocking Masters.
The Spring 2012 Overclocking Masters. You guys have been sitting inside a room by the reception for a little while. How has the feedback been from people? Like, have they been enthusiastic, or has it been a little bit low, or how has it been going?
People are very enthusiastic. However, it's quite clear that we have lots of work to do with the gaming community, so we can educate them on the benefits, how to set up system properly, so they can get maximum frames per second. That became apparent, and we'll keep doing it in the future.
Well, maybe we'll just go down. Paul, would you take the lead? We're going to go down there and sort of take a look at the teams. Miodrak, thank you. We'll have a chat with you later on as we continue to go down. We have got 3 teams. They've all got themselves a whole bunch of hardware. And Paul, tell me something about what kind of hardware the teams have been provided here.
Thanks. Yeah, basically we're running the most extreme systems in the world today. We're using the Asus Rampage 4 Extreme motherboard. It's a new generation, something 2011, and that has the Intel, the latest, most extreme processor, which is a 3960. It's a 6-core, 12-threaded CPU.
It's a 6-core CPU.
Yeah, so it can calculate 12 instances at any one time. That's coupled up with the Antec cooler that we've got here, the Koala 920.
It's a water-based system.
Yeah, it's a water-based system. It's very efficient, it's very quiet running, very, very good. We've got the Kingston memory in there, and we've got the Kingston SSD drives as well. We've got also the Antec 1200 PSU, which is phenomenal. Basically, I'd like to introduce the teams now.
That sounds like a good idea.
Basically, we've got Team 1 here, which is called themselves Ad Astra.
Ad Astra something, wasn't it, guys? It says something in Latin is what we made of it. In the end, what's actually the actual name? Ad Astra? I don't know. It's something about pigs flying. That's what it is. Exactly. Your first assignment is coming up in a bit. We'll have about an hour to do this. Do you have an idea of how you're going to approach this without actually telling your opponents what you have in store?
I'm just going to try and get the maximum amount as possible.
Sounds like a good plan.
Don't really want to say much more than that because, it's 1 minute.
So it's always better to steal a good idea than pick up a bad one, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go over towards team number 2. Paul, what do you have in there?
Yeah, we've got Team GTX here. You know, this Team 2, so over to you.
So, strategies.
Between I'll start with some. Practically build it up. I'm off the ball straight away.
Fair enough. Overall, the hardware you've been working with today, how does it feel?
No, it's good. It's good. Last time we were there, this time
Fair enough. So, gentlemen, maybe get all the ratings, all the FPSs. So let's see if we can move on towards team number 3.
Well, it's a pleasure anyway to Get ready again, guys. We've got 1 hour from now. Yeah, Superpie 32. Best of luck again, as always.
Well, with that out of the way, we're going to go for a 1 hour break with the overclocking competition. Teams are full of discussion, trying to figure out what they're going to do. As Team Astra about to get themselves first, already seem to be bashing towards it. So we're going to figure out how that is going to go. We'll be back in about 60 minutes and see whether or not Team Clueless can dig themselves out of the abyss. And if Astra can continue to extend their lead, we will find out. Or maybe even the other team has to get on top, Team GTX. We'll be back in an hour. Overclocking made possible by Asus. Paul, we're now getting ready towards round number 2. We had a bit of an upset, haven't we?
Yeah. We've got the results there now, and I'm going to go through the results. We're going to meet Team Astra first, and their hour run of Superpie 32M, which basically stresses the memory and memory controller, CPU, everything. Their best run was 6 minutes, 51 seconds, .840.
And I assume this is really
that is a great score. And what speeds were you guys running, if you don't mind me asking? So they were running around 5,200 megahertz from their 6-core, 6-hyper-thread Intel Extreme CPU. Now, the speed of this CPU normally runs at 3,400 megahertz, guys. You know, so that's nearly 2,000 megahertz overclock with, you know, a pretty inexpensive water cooling unit from Intel. So, you know, it's done a pretty good job keeping this CPU cool. Okay, we're going to move on to now Team GTX.
GTX, guys.
Okay, wow, this is really, really close. We have 6 minutes, 51.060 seconds. So these guys have just edged it by milliseconds. We're talking milliseconds, you know, like the Formula 1 race. They have just edged it. And what sort of speed are you running, guys?
You see, we've got 5160 megahertz here, which is probably a bit less than this.
Okay, so what they've done is they're actually running just a few little megahertz slower, but they've able to optimize their system for a better performance. You know, we're talking milliseconds here between these two guys. Okay, we're moving on to Clueless. And, okay guys, I know you had some problems and you changed over your CPU throughout the run. Okay, you managed to get your CPU up to 5,046 megahertz at C, and you pulled off a run of 7 minutes and 17 seconds. So, unfortunately, that puts you in last place.
And it's something that that's moment. However, it does mean that Team Astra and Team GTX are currently tied, so it's going to come down.
That's correct.
Last thing. So what is the last benchmark?
Okay, we're going to be running now a 30-minute test on W prime 1024N. Yeah, this is now going to stress the CPU to the maximum that it can possibly do. It's like running prime 95 for 30 minutes. Yeah,
It's like taking your brand new R8 on towards the German Autobahn and flooring it.
absolutely flooring it. You know, the components, the power regulation on the board, the CPU, the cooling device, it's going to be stressed to the absolute limits now. But from that brand, we have a joint tie now, because GTX scored 10 points in that round, and Astra scored 8 points, and Clueless scored 7 points. So we had
on 14. They're currently on 14.
Yeah, they're 14 points.
18 here.
18 here for GTX and Astra on 18 points also. So it all comes down to this last round between Team GTX and Astra. So good luck guys, 30 minutes, W prime 1024N, please.
We're going to be back in 30 minutes to see who going to, well, who is going to win this? Is it going to be Astra something, 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 or GTX? Or maybe Clueless may come out on top. I know it's going to happen. Mathematically impossible, according to that. So it's going to come down to these two teams to see who is going to be the Overclocking Grand Masters of the United Kingdom for 2012. We'll be back with you in 30 minutes. Benchmarking new friends that have been going on here before Asus. We're going to try to figure out who was actually managed to get on top of the end. Kind of had two teams remaining. Team Clueless, they already said several times that it's mathematically impossible for them actually to get back. But we still have, of course, XBF and, of course, our good friends from Astra. Something. Paul, what's going on?
Okay, I've been watching these guys for the last 30 minutes and I'll tell you, it's been heating up here. It's been getting pretty exciting and it's been a close battle. I'm going to go around now and I'm going to collect the results. I'm not going to announce those results because we're going to do some mathematical work there up on the stage and then we're going to be calling in reverse order to the winner of the overall championship. So I'm going to, bear with me, I'm going to collect this information. So we're going to go to Team Astra first.
So what have they done, Paul?
Okay, I'm not going to tell you the results.
All right, fair enough. In the meantime, I'll have a chat with the other team, see what they've done. See, Clueless, you guys were kind of saying at the start, like, we cannot do this anymore, but did you still make it a good match?
Yeah, we did try. The problem is, the memory did really well. Plus, we controlled the two CPUs. Over 60 it's 1866 rated kit, which is quite bad. Yeah, if you're the best kit, you might not. That's what I think. We're quite happy with the last round. So
I also saw several times that you guys were swapping out the 980s, or at least the CPUs themselves. What was the issue there?
well, we don't know how to answer. So it's what the CPU is on top of it. Some two days for us that was around. It did have a salary
It wasn't enough in the end. That's a shame. Gonna head over towards the middle team. Guys, last time we saw each other, you were trying to get versus Astra. So what has GTX done to try and go on top of these guys? Did you actually hear over a few times to see what was going on?
Oh, you've got to make competition. Race drivers race competition. We got over there and know what we're doing, so it's always truth there.
Bit of a shame that there was no other team between you guys to some extent, was it? So overall, what did you actually end up doing? What did you focus on?
Well, W Prime is a CPU-based benchmark, and it's better so much, so it's about pushing the CPU. The problem is, it makes the CPU very hot, and the board reduces speed when it gets too hot. It's built-in security mechanism.
So even with the cooler from Anzac, that's not going to be enough.
So you've got to balance all your CPU speed and voltage. That's the best result.
Fair enough. See what Astra has done now. Sure, you guys managed to get the lead initially, taking out the first round. Overall, what do you think of As's performance been over this? Do you think you're going to be taking this away, or are you have a little bit of a
It's too close to say.
too close?
Last two rounds were millisecond. Yeah, I can't say.
Well, we're going to go and find out who actually managed to take this away. We have three teams that came in at the beginning of the day. We got Team Clueless, we got Team Astra, something, and Team GTX, of course, in the middle. Paul, are we going to go and figure out who has actually managed to win? Is it a clear victory?
We have a clear winner.
Clear winner?
Yeah. It's been a close battle, like I say. The very last round was very exciting, and you could have gone either way. We're going to go to the stage now.
I mean, if you've ever seen House, this is called walking and talking. So we're going to actually walk up towards the stage because that's what we do as the content team decides to actually get in the way. See, all of these teams that came down here, if you're at iSeries, are we actually still doing the master classes at the...
Yeah, we'll be running master classes tomorrow. Please come along to those. If you're unsure about optimizing the performance of your system, come and see me and I'll give you a few little tips that will help you in your gameplay, to get those few extra frames
we're going to go and call the teams up in negative order, so from 3, 2 to 1. So I think it's kind of obvious that which team was already on there. I think the team Clueless, what was their final score? What was their final tally? Did they actually get out on top? Were they faster than any of the other two teams in the last benchmark?
No, but it was pretty close. The results in reverse order were Team Clueless with 102.96 seconds.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Okay, so they gave them an overall score of 21 points. So well done, guys.
21 points in total. It's impressive work right there.
Yeah, that's impressive. You know, bearing in mind that they had to compete against many hundreds of people to qualify for the round. First of all, you know, these are some of the best guys in the country. So hats off to them. Well done, guys. You know, I fully respect you in what you've done. I know how difficult it is. I've been in that position before, so hats off to you for coming third.
Well, you are the award-winning overclocker here, so I'm sure that these new guys can, well, look up to you. So you know how the stress is. So let's get the drum roll going. Who is the number 2? Because obviously team number 1 will automatically know who is won what. Okay.
Well, the result of the second, the last benchmark was 102.7 seconds, and that is for Team GTX, and they've scored a total points of 26 points.
Team GTX,
well done, guys. You know, it was so close there at the end. You know, I think you agree it could have gone any which way between these two teams.
Well, that only leaves one more team. What was their final score? Just for...
Okay. Team Ad Astra had the advantage of really squeezing the last megahertz out of the system. They managed to pull off 100.745 seconds. Yeah, so that gave them an overall total score of 28 points. So well done, Ad Astra.
What did they win, Paul?
Okay, I shall hand you over to my Drake, who will announce the total of the prizes and what they will walk home with. He's just giving out some trophies, first of all, for these guys.
Mr. Relic,
congratulations. Well done. And I'm happy to present you with this trophy. And that is Overclocking Masters Spring 2012. Well done.
Good job, guys.
Don't break. Now, on top of it, Asus is going to build you one full IVB system, high-end IVB system, and in about 2 weeks' time you will dispatch the home address. So on the way out, write this address, it's yours. On top of that, you automatically now entering year-end finals in November here at Insomnia. So you're going to play against the winning team of the second half of the year, and you're going to play for the super finals to decide who is the champion in 2012.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Put hands together one more time for our winning team, and it's actually Team Ad Astra managing to go home with a full Ivy Brick setup here, which they can take home and do whatever the hell they want. Probably overclock it a little bit, I guess. So guys, going into this tournament, you actually expect that you come out on top?
I don't expect to win. With the experience that the people have, I'm happy with the result.
Very happy with the result, yeah. In the meantime, guys, second place. What do you feel? What do you feel?
Well, I actually know these two guys personally from online, so I know they're good, and they clearly proved it today.
Do you think you're going to come back for the second season and try to steal those shiny trophies away from them, or what?
Oh, absolutely. They have to decide to try and get some change of benchmarks, though, and play more to my strengths. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. We'll see it. I next. Team Clueless, third place. I think the name in the end ended up to be fairly accurate, though. Yes. Well, overall, though, managed to actually get some pretty damn decent benchmark out of the systems, even though it had to switch out the CPUs in the end. Overall, what was your experience in this one?
I really enjoyed it. It was quite challenging, and we'll definitely back for more. Definitely.
I next.
We're coming back.
They're coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is it. Mr. Relic, do you have any closing words for our tournament?
Well, to me, all these guys are winners.
Of course.
You know, they are all winners. As I said before, they've competed against hundreds of other people online to get in the position where they are today. You know, they submitted best results They went through a qualification round. They beat their opponents to end up here today. So hats off to them. You know, they're all winners in my eyes. So well done, guys.
Well done, guys.
Well done, Team Astra. They managed to pull it out of the bag today, you know, but I'm sure the other teams will be back with a vengeance to be crowned the overall 2012 UK Overclocking champion. So I look forward to seeing them again and setting them some new challenges.
All right, thank you very much, guys. See you next. Asus, thank you very, very much for making this possible, as well as your co-partners with Antag and Kingston, which have been able to supply some of this hardware to make this all possible. Gentlemen, see you next time, and thank you. We're going to get ready for our next bit here on towards the stage. I don't know what it is right now. We're going to get ready. I'm personally going to get ready for a classy Saturday myself. I got to go back to my hotel room and iron my shirt, because that's what I do. So, we'll see you soon here on the stream at Multiplay 1.